anticipated match of the entire
Are we
year.
ready for a final?
Lisa, Twinkletoes and Bunion Buster, a complete and utter newbie to the sport. Lisa looking quietly confident there. Bunion Buster looking incredibly serious. I wouldn't want to be her right now.
Not only is she looking serious, but she's looking petrified, and it's because of this exact thing. The horsepower coming back her way is very apparent, and you can see her clutching her heel in despair at the end of that point. She is not used to the professional force from Lisa Twinkletoes, and of course, the current champion.
I love to see there her partner Ruth behind her and her dad, always been long-serving competitors themselves of the sport, but also just supportive. Lisa really straining there. It's not something that I've seen from her before. Bunion Buster really giving her a run for her money.
Wow. You can see here, just as we get that breakaway, there was a lot of raking in the toes. You can see they're splitting between the middle of the foot, and that is a very common way to get injured in this game. And of course, it does have its dangers. We've seen broken toes, we've seen broken ankles, and there is a lot on the line here in the finals as well.
You can really see Bunion Buster here lightening up as she gets a little bit more into the second round there. Lisa really straining, and Bunion Buster actually remaining surprisingly calm, but you can see there the toes are slipping away, struggling to grip, and it's a breakaway.
I think you can certainly see the torque that's going into this wrestle early on. And it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out if the match does go longer, being that Lisa, of course, has the edge in experience over the relatively inexperienced Bunion Buster on the other side of the toady.
I think that's the problem that we're having today here, Will, is that it's actually a really hot day to be wrestling. Unfortunately, the toes are naturally not going to be gripping the best. And as you can see there, another breakaway. Oh, that's a point. That's controversial.
You can see Paul, the referee, is getting quite the amount of stick from behind him from the family support of Lisa Twinkletoes. But you can see a nice short slide there from Bunion Buster. So despite the fact that this is early days in her career, she's already exhibiting signs of someone that is a seasoned pro.
I have to argue with that one, though. That really did not look like a touch to me. I know the refs allowed it, but that's something that I'm not going to get through easily. I don't think Lisa is either, judging by the fury on her family's face there. This is going to be one hell of a game. I mean, if Bunion Buster takes the crown, that's something that I think Lisa's going to seriously contend with later on.
And the referee is most certainly getting an earful there as well, and rightly so, because that was a controversial call, but they are linked back in the middle of the podium by the referee, and he will shortly call toes away. But before that, they're just making sure that the heels are lined up on the red line.
Ready?
I think something that you could really see early on with Bunion Buster is how painful it is on the heel. And as you can see there, that's a definite push from Lisa. That's definitely not allowed either. And actually, the ref is doing his job this time and fouling it. And you can see there, the plaster there is really coming off. Is that even allowed? That's a very cushiony plaster.
And just to highlight the issue which is happening here, we have a breakaway, and to speak on this, I have the current men's champion, three-time world champion, Ben Total Destruction. I'm going to bring him on the booth and just ask, what do they need to do to avoid this breakaway action that we keep seeing?
Cheers, guys. Well, I think inevitably we're going to look at a toe strapping if this carries on. Like Elizabeth alluded to, it's very wet and straining conditions out there at the minute. R4 and I'm absolutely sweating, so yeah, I wish them all the very best.
And that's a man who cannot hydrate with a pint of Heineken, because strictly no alcohol until after the finals. But thank you to the world champion, Ben Total Destruction, for filling in there. Just painting a little colour onto what we're seeing. And you can see that is a small injury sustained on the right foot of Bunion Buster, who looks all too happy to show that off. But again, it does highlight the repercussions of a very intense match, especially in the final where you've got 500 pounds on the line.
Well, blood, sweat and tears do come into the sport. That bleed there is actually something that we should really be nervous about, because if that gets any worse, the ref isn't going to allow her to continue, and by default, Lisa Twinkletoes could take the championship.
Oh my God.
And you can see before they even make a slight bit of leeway on either side, there's quite a stalemate in the middle, and again Bunion Buster's been going through the walls. Sometimes you may just think it's the toes at play, but not necessarily. You've got the core action there, you've got the hip flexibility, but also your hands are planted firmly. And when you're generating a lot of force, you can definitely get some friction burns off of the carpet. But the ref brings them back to the centre and brings the action back underway.
I'm nervous for the girls though, because there's a lot of toe combing going on there, and that really makes you prime for a snap. And I mean, we're seeing it, especially from Lisa towards Bunion Buster, really combing the toes, really making that index toe there prime position for a break.
For those that are new to the sport, Elizabeth, just highlight what exactly is combing of the foot. This is a term that we hear a lot, and this is something we have to look out for. But what do people need to know about this particular technique and its dangers?
I mean, really, the term is exactly as you'd expect. If you had a comb in your hand and you were brushing your finger across the comb, that's really creating that sort of easy breaking point, but also highlighting the flexibility at the same point. And that's essentially what that big toe's doing to all the four other toes there.
And you can see here there's quite a smile on Bunion Buster's face, and I can't help but feel that she's got a little bit under the skin of Twinkletoes. She does look a little bit flustered now. Of course, there's still one apiece. No one's got any advantage, and the current champion definitely looks like she's trying very hard under these difficult conditions. And again, we get another breakaway.
I mean, what I like to see, though, is a lot of people enter thinking it's going to be a joke, and you can really see that transition from Bunion Buster, taking it as a light-hearted joke, realising how much there is to the sport, and now she's fighting like her life depends on it.
And not just her life, but £500. May I add. And what I absolutely love is you get this nice shot of the crowd as well, as everyone is locked in.
Oh, it's a strap. The toe is something that no one wants to see and no one wants to experience, that's for sure.
Not only are the crowd getting locked in, but now the toes are as well. And this is definitely something that is needed. And you can see Twinkletoes by name and Twinkletoes by nature, because when you have the current champion step to the podium, you can expect the Swarovski embossed nails on the middle of the platform, and the green for the inevitable cash she's going to take home later.
She's dressing her toe like a crown there. I think that is, could it be foreshadowing, or is it just wishful thinking?
Well, she is the queen of toe wrestling, so that is very befitting.
3, 2, 1, toes away!
And they are back underway at one apiece, and you can see the strappings in play, but it's still straining, and they come apart again. It's still 1-1, and we're yet to have a winner, Elizabeth. What do we need to get a conclusive result here?
They really need to just interlock toes and maintain that interlocking. I'm nervous that they get printed gaffer tape out.
I'm also nervous someone's going to get a snapped toe, because there's a lot of combing action going on here, and you can see Lisa's not quite as confident as she was in the earlier rounds.
No, and you're really seeing the pain in both of their faces there. It's really starting to take their toll on each other.
Bunion Buster has been absolutely thrown to the wolves with this type of matchup. She's come with the family for a day out. She just popped down the bakery before she jumped up to the podium to go into the first round, and now all of a sudden she's playing for £500 against the current champion, and she's getting her foot strapped with duct tape.
I'm
What is
gutted
going
for
on?
the both of them. Being on a hot day like this, you're already sweating, your toes are hurting, your ankles are bleeding, and now you're being strapped together with a total stranger. It is not what you want for the final. But as you can see, they're shaking hands, they're smiling through it. Can this be the final point? Who's it going to be? Lisa, or we've got Bunion Buster on newbie. Lisa's not going to let her get away easy. There's £500 up for grab here. Can she do it? Let's find out. And we're off. And Lisa's really pushing in now. She's really near the touch. She's touched. She's touched. She can't get off quick enough. Look at Lisa there. She's forgot that she's even strapped. She is so ecstatic right now, and she should be. She is in the final. This is not just her first win. She is maintaining that. She is the best champion we have of the females of the sport to this day, and she has held her title firm.
The arms are in the air, the family are all hugs and kisses, and you can see not only the sheer happiness, but the relief in the eyes of the champion, because although she adds another jewel to her crown, that was not an easy assignment. But yet again, a phenomenal win, and still the undisputed women's champion of toe wrestling, Lisa Twinkletoes Sheldon.
Lisa Twinkletoes Shenson, everybody.